Yes, let's start. So, in the last class, we have discussed about Kubernetes. What is Kubernetes? What does it do? And where where we use it exactly, and what is the architecture of Kubernetes, and how what are some components inside, how Kubernetes works, how these components talk to each other, and how they work. So now today we'll start with installation. So we'll install Kubernetes. So as I told you, right, so Kubernetes have master and nodes concept similar to Docker Swarm. So let's install them. So I already have a document. So sorry, one minute. Someone came. Yeah. So I already have a document with me. So I'll share the document same in the chat. So you can download it. Try to use the same. I'll explain all the steps. We'll go with one by one. Okay, I can't share. How to share here? How to attach something? That's okay. We'll see tomorrow. Sorry, we'll see later, but that's fine. For now, let's start installing Kubernetes. We'll follow the same steps, you know, even anywhere. Let's try, let's say install Kubernetes 1.29. 1.29 is the stable version which we'll be using. So anything, maybe let's take this one or this also. Let's see. So Kubernetes. Install Docker, install Kubernetes, and prepare for Kubernetes deployments. Three steps. So first thing is Docker, you know what is this. So it's already done in our machines, let's say. Next, Kubernetes. If you remember, we have installed Jenkins, right? We added a key, I mean repo, we added a key, and we installed Jenkins. But for Docker, it's already available in apt repository, so we didn't do anything further. Similarly, here also, we'll be adding Kubernetes signing key for the repo and add the repo. See, add the repo and install it. If you remember, I told you we have multiple types, flavors of Kubernetes. Kubeadm is the one which we use for now because it's this cluster, this flavor type will be installing by yourself, managing by yourself. There is something called minikube also, which we will manage by ourselves, but it's a single node cluster. If you have a single machine, you can use that. But I have multiple. So let's start with Kubeadm. So and kubelet, the agent, we need to install the agent. And again, I mentioned right, kubectl, the command line tool where we communicate with the cluster. We use it to create anything, to deploy applications or something like that. So we'll be installing the same steps, adding a repo and installing it. Mm. So the one requirement which Kubernetes expects is Kubernetes does not allow swap space. You know, right? Remember swap space in Linux we have discussed this. It is a temporary memory which will be stored in a hard disk. So Kubernetes does not support this. So we have to disable that first before installing the Kubernetes. And we have to enable few kernel modules. Kubernetes uses container D, as a runtime by default. Because if I told you, I mean, yesterday we discussed, there will be runtime which manages the backend container. Docker is another example for runtime. But in the latest version of Kubernetes, starting, I think I don't remember the starting version, but 1.21 something or 1.24, Docker as a container runtime is not supported by Kubernetes anymore. We can still use Docker images to deploy, but Docker as a runtime, as a container runtime for Kubernetes, it's not supported anymore. That's why we have something called container D, which will be installing. In order to run these things, we have to enable few modules, obviously, and this is also required. Usually, what we are doing is like we're setting up the network to allow the containers to communicate each other. These are default. These won't change. You just simply copy paste it. So, and of course, once you change it, reload the systems. blah 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 blah. The host setting the host name, this is not required for us, it's fine. And finally installing the Kubernetes. These steps I'm just showing you. I mean, I have already have an document everything here, but I'm just showing you the same steps. You can find it anywhere because in the document there is no description. If you see, just one line description is there, but the description is not mentioned properly. So that's why I just want to show you. First, let's start the official installation now. First, let's start with master. This is my master node. I decided that it should be master. Refresh. Connect. Yes. I'm inside my server. I'm going as root user. First update the server. Sorry, my bad. Mm-hmm. Why it is slow today? Okay. Yeah. I told you right. First thing is disable the swap. I think there is no swap for me by default. So C00. It's already disabled. Next thing, follow the documentation. Add the Docker. I mean, we have to install Docker first. The Docker is present already. Let's just verify. I mean, I know it's installed. Let's just verify. Yes. Next, we have to install container D. apt get install container D. Copy, paste. Could not find container D. Okay. Let's official why Docker repository post. Let's add it. Let's try. It's added. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Now let's update. After adding a repo, we have to update the packages, obviously. Now install the container D. Let's try now. Alright, it's installed. So in order to install the container D, this is the runtime, one of the runtime. Similar to Docker, same thing. Just we use the commands to create our images, deploy them. But Docker is famous, so we use that. Container D also one of the things. So, but Kubernetes supports container D as runtime because runtime will be, we need to have runtime, right? One of the components in nodes. So we need to have this. Obviously, of course, master also. So now what we do, container D is installed. We have to configure container D. So what we're doing is like by default, this system in this laptop, sorry, Linux machine, it uses Docker as the default runtime. So we had to change that to container D because since we don't use Docker to deploy our applications, right? We'll be using Kubernetes. I mean, of course, we use Docker to build images. Once the image is built, we'll deploy with Kubernetes. We don't deploy with Docker. So we have to configure container D in order to, in order to make it default. So I'm following the steps, creating and copying. So just adding a line, container D config default, adding a line. And next, so I'm changing this configuration file. So here what I'm changing is like there is a system C group, which is a kernel, so Linux kernel of function. So we are keeping it true. So why the C groups will be used is to manage the containers. Usually even with Docker, so I told you right, it's isolated, right? Dockers are isolated. how I told you already. So it uses kernel functionalities like namespaces and C groups. So with that, the isolation will be provided. Here also we're just configuring that. Just restarting the container D. Hopefully it should work. What? It got stuck. Yeah. So let's see the status. Yeah, it's running. It's fine for us then. Now it's saying we have to run these commands. So let's start from here. This is one. We just find and we're just enabling server modules. Let's copy both. No need to copy one at a time. It'll execute. It's done. Now I have to set up the systemctl parameters. So just fine. It should be fine. And just a minute. I think my power gone. Come on, man. Hey, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me?
Your voice is breaking, bro.
My power gone. I'm just connecting again. Reconnected. Now it should be fine, right? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
So let me connect. You can see my screen, I guess.
Yes.
Reconnect. Power's gone here. So yeah. One minute. Let me. I can't see my keyboard. Yeah. So until where I did is, yeah, this is done, I guess. Let's try. Sorry. I'm sorry for that. So let's see the file, it is associated, whether we added these lines or not. I mean, we have added, but in the middle it's gone. Let's try. Yeah, it is added. Reload. I mean, update the configuration, whatever we just added. Wait. My bad. Yeah, I just copied, so it didn't work properly. Now, all the prerequisites are finished. Starting from, disabling the swap.
The screen.
Sorry? It's,
The screen share is not.
I can't see my screen.
We can.
Maybe
I
some
guess.
internet, please check. So yeah, so whatever, sorry. So the prerequisites are ready. I mean, one thing is, first thing, disable the swap. It's already disabled, so you know how to disable, right? If we have swap of -a means it will disable all the swap space. I mean, which you created from a file, which you created from a disk. So next step is install containerd on all the nodes. I mean, in the wherever we are installing Kubernetes. So obviously we did that, and we enable the modules which are required for container D in order to run, and adding the system cycle parameters for the kernel level to private tables to allow, and finally we have to install the Kubernetes. So Kubernetes also have few requirements. We have to install these packages. Let's copy, go here, paste, enter. Yes, it's installed. Now what is the next step? Download the GPG key for the repo. Copy. Oh, wait. The command didn't came properly. Yes. Yeah. Now create a repo for Kubernetes in local. Just copy. Now update. Yes, we updated. Now next thing, install. You have to install kubelet, kubeadm, kubectl. So what we do is first search our version. So 1.29. See, it is available. Now we can install. Apt install kubeadm, kubelet, the agent, kubectl, the command line. Install. Yes, that's the same steps here also, right? If you observe, there is it. On top. Very good. I mean, whatever in the document, I'm just trying to show you. We use the same thing everywhere. Come on, where is given this command? I just saw it. This is done, and hopefully it should be done. It's installed. How do you verify it's installed? Kubeadm version. Come on, man. It's expired. Version expired. Oh yeah, sorry. It came 1.29. See, kubectl. Kubectl. Just enter. It will give you the options. See, it worked. kubectl version.
Bro, we are seeing some lagging on your
Yeah, I'm
screen
connected to the
sharing.
mobile network. So due to that, I'll do one thing. Let's be online. Let me record the session. We try it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you now, but previously for whatever you said,
Okay.
it didn't actually, and some screen lagging we saw.
Okay. I'm just give me a minute. Let me check once.
Your voice is breaking.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see it. I messaged in the group. Please check once. Yeah. So is it okay? So I'll record the session, with all the steps, and you do follow later. If you can stay, no problem. It's fine. You can leave, that's also fine. So, what I was saying, yeah. So the Kubernetes is installed. Kubeadm is installed. Yeah, sorry, someone is saying something.
But
Sorry. Yeah. So anyway, that's fine.
yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
that's
you
fine.
now, bro, clearly.
Continue. So as you can see, apt get installed Kubernetes is working fine. I mean, the installation is fine. Next, we are executing a command called apt mark hold the package names. Why this command is to not update automatically. Usually, when there is an update available, when you do update, it will. I mean, Ubuntu will do it, but we don't want to do that for Kubernetes cluster. So because we'll be doing it manually, we'll be updating the version manually. So that's why we are giving this apt mark. Got it? So that's about installation of Kubernetes.
Yes.
So until this part, let's say now, see what is our case? We have master and we have nodes also. We have to, we'll be connecting the nodes to master. That's what we do. Well, we plan to do. So until now, whatever I did, like, installing the container D, disabling the swap space, configuring the container D, all these steps until installation of Kubeadm packages. I mean, until installation of Kubeadm packages should be repeated in each and every node, in each and every server within the cluster. Let's say, in my example, I guess I have two nodes. One is master and one is worker, slave. So these steps I have to do in these two nodes. If I got one more node, I have to do these steps in that node also. So until these steps. So let's do that. Yeah. First, do one thing.
Not not the container D, right? Only
No,
Kubernetes
container D
packages only we
also
need to
is
install
included.
the other nodes
Container
as
D
well.
is the runtime that we were using, so obviously it's required. Whatever I did so far, everything so far, I mean, starting from container D installation until Kubernetes installation, I mean, the packages installation. So we have to do it in each and every node. So now in master it is done, correct? We just did it. Let's go to node. Now let's log into node, connect, yes, open a new thing, new window, yes. I'm just trying to log into node, that's it for now. Come on, yes, it is too slow. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, please allow me. Yeah, I logged into node. Now same steps. We'll follow each and every step, whatever we did so far. So obviously I know swap is disabled here. Let's search for that. Swap, sorry, -m. So if swap is disabled, I don't need to do anything. Just paste it. Okay, and add the repository for container D. Copy, paste. This is the worker. I mean the other server. It's doing its part. Next thing, install container D. I told you right. Container D also mandatory. Docker also mandatory. Docker is already there. I know. I guess because we have used this for Docker Swarm. So Docker is present. These are all required. Don't skip anything. If you skip one thing, you have to redo from scratch again the installation everything because the installation is a little bit complicated in Kubernetes. I mean, once it is installed, it's fine. But if you missed any step, then do it from scratch again. So let's execute these commands to configure container D. Yes. Now restart container D. It is a little slow, but please bear with me. Yeah, sorry, it got disconnected. My bad. All thanks to our government's regular power cuts. Restart. Yes, it's restarting. Next thing is that execute these commands. Come on, why this much time? Yeah, oh, finally it's done. The next steps. Yes, and the modules. I need to enable the kernel modules. Copy, yes, paste. Now this for systemctl. Next, install Kubernetes. I'll share the document, don't worry. It's written by one of my friends, so it's working document, don't, it's fine. Home, enter. The next thing is echo this. Yes, next, update and install the package. apt update, yes. apt install Kubeadm, kubectl, kubelet, and y. So let's check Kubeadm version. Yes, kubectl version. Yes, and systemctl status kubelet the agent. Oh wait. Spelling. It's fine. Once we initialize, this will start. Don't worry. Now we have two things, two servers. I mean, so in the two servers, until this Kubeadm packages, Kubernetes packages is installed. I mean, we have to do these steps until installation of Kubernetes packages in every node. No matter how many nodes we have in one cluster, you have to do these things in all the nodes until here. I mean, the installation part has to be there. Next thing, these next steps, whatever we are seeing, this has to be done only in master. Just like Docker Swarm. In Docker Swarm, what we do, we have two servers, and out of that, we chosen one server as a manager, right? And we went to the server and we did like what is that Docker Swarm init. Similarly here, we have to choose one server as a master, and what we have to do, we have to do the initialization. So I would say this is my master because this has more resources. So now I just went inside master. See, this is sorry, Kubeadm init something slash 16 something. So here, is it stuck? No, just paste it. Wait, it's why it's not. Uh, Power came back. Yeah, let's. Meanwhile, we'll see this. And I'll change the network. So let's go to, what is the command? See Kubeadm init, the command, and oh, sorry, Kubeadm init, the pod CIDR network. What does it mean, pod CIDR network? I don't know what is that. What does that mean? Forget about the pod first. I haven't told you about that yet. So network CIDR is which network that we are running, this Kubernetes we are installing. So that we are defining. You can define anything, any network here, or your own network which we have. So Kubernetes will initialize in that. Got it? So I do have my own network here somewhere. 172. Wait, let's wait. So this is my network. 171. It's okay. So I'll 171. Okay. I'll change this to my network. First, let me just copy this command. Kubeadm init. I mean sudo Kubeadm init. Initializing, and we have to pass network obviously. Similar way in Docker also we pass this. If let's say you are also using in AWS, you create AWS accounts and you are using that. Simply on your instance, you will see something called VPC ID. Click on that, it will open this for you. So CIDR block, this is your network. You can give like this. Mostly this will be the default one for everyone in every account. But yeah, let's try that when you practice. Now that's it. Let's see. Let's install. See, it is doing something. It's initializing the cluster. That's it. Let it let it initialize. It's generating the keys, generating the certificates. Let it do it. Yeah, it's done. Similar way as Docker Swarm, if you see, it gave a token for you. So you have to use this token. You can join any number of workers node by running the following on each Azure root. Similarly, you have to run this Kubeadm join command in those in those nodes. That will, those nodes will be added to you as slaves. I mean, as a part of a cluster, I meant to say. So, but now, before that, we have to do something. See, it's saying that your Kubernetes control plane is initialized successfully. To start using your cluster, you need to run the following commands as a regular user. One thing to remember here is we cannot run uh, Ubuntu as a root user. No, it's not possible to run. For now, it's restricted. I mean, you can run as root user, but that's not a good approach to run. So simply, you have to run as a root normal user. It means run as an Ubuntu. I'm running as Ubuntu. This is my normal user, right? So it's total, what they told, you need to run the following commands as a regular user. Just copy the commands, or you can simply copy all of them at once. That is also fine. Copy, paste. It will take some time because of my network. Enter. Now cluster is ready. Still, there is one thing missing. So we have to deploy a network to the pod. Sorry, to the cluster, not pod. Sorry. So this network will be used for communication within the cluster. This network, like we have already defined network, right? If you observe here, sorry, not this command, pod initialize, we pass the network, correct? Then why we need to pass it again? I mean, why that new thing? This, whatever we are about to do is called network interface. This network interface is required in order to, I mean, it's like a plugin actually, just like Jenkins plugin. This plugin is required in order to have communication within your cluster. Because we have in Docker, we see overlay network is there, right? I mean, we didn't do anything for overlay, it's automatically created. That will establish a communication within the Docker swarm. But in here, I mean, like, Kubernetes, we have to set up a similar network, just like overlay. Here also, we have multiple types of networks. We have Calico, Flannel, these are all names of networks. So simply what we do is, they already have default commands for that. You just execute it, it will work. So now all you have to do is these three commands. Forget about this, what this kubectl create, the URL. The URL is the configuration file for the network, and we're just executing it. It will automatically download and it will install. Let's wait. Got stuck. Let me change my network. Super. Where is this? Come on, man. Can you hear me? Not really a good day for me. Yeah, today. Can you hear me now? Hello? Yeah, sorry, I switched the network.
Yes, now we can hear
Let's
you.
connect again.
Yes.
Let's wait, let's wait. Yeah. So I told you, right? What is the last thing you heard? Did I told you, did you heard about the network? So there is, okay, let me repeat again. There is something called an Kubernetes network. Just like we have the overlay network, right, in Docker Swarm. What that will be used is to, communicate with each other nodes in the cluster. So similarly here also in Kubernetes, we have to set up a network. So there are multiple types of networks available. Like the names are like, Calico, Flannel, vUnit, something like that. So you can choose any of the network and you can install the network. I don't know what to choose. You can choose anything. It does not really matter. And you don't do anything for that. You just, I mean, they already have a pre-configured files, pre-configuration files, everything is available. You can see the URL here. These already available. You just need to install them and it will automatically create a network for you in the master. All I'm doing in the master now, not in the node if you observe. Sorry. I have to run Kubernetes commands as a normal user. Hope you remember that. I know today is a little confusing because of this power cuts and everything. Okay, it should be fine. The recording should be fine. I mean, I'll upload the recording. Don't worry about that. Paste. Sorry. This are all I'm just trying to install the network from a file. Let's open this URL. Sorry, where is it? Not open this. Let's copy this. Open this here. See, this is the configuration file for one of the network called Calico. This is the network that we are using for now. We can use any network. There is another thing called Flamel network. We can use that also. It's completely fine. No worries. Anything whichever is comfortable, you can able to use it. So now I think everything is done from cluster side. Sorry, master side. I told you right. kubectl is the one which we use the command line to interact with the cluster. kubectl get. There are. Let me show you hyphen help. So these are all the commands it has. Get means to display one or many resources. So kubectl get commands are there. Get what to get? I want to get the nodes, information about the nodes. See, it's not ready. That's fine. It will take some time. But see now the cluster. I mean the version. The role is control plane because this is the master. There is one more command. Few commands called describe. Describe node slash what is the node name. This one. Paste. This will show you more information about the node. Okay. See, it is saying it's not ready. Where is it? Not ready because I have a disk issue. I don't have enough resources, it seems. Sorry. So I had to increase my disk and I had to set up. Okay, available 80 GB. It's fine. Maybe it's not enough. These are the errors it is showing for me. If I describe, I got the errors because it will show you the detailed information about the node. If you describe something, it will give a detailed explanation. Right? Here also, kubectl describe command will give you the more idea about what anything, any resource. Like say for now, I'm using the node. So describe node means for that node, it will show you, what the details about the node and as well as the events, what's happening. Starting queue invalid, capacity 0 on the image film side, and updated node allocation limit access node. Node has a disk version, node has sufficient PID, blah, 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 something. Let's figure out. So how to resolve this error? It is saying, disk pressure. It means we have to figure out. I copied it. Let's go to Google first. Let's try Googling what they'll say. I think same error we are seeing. Check first create as Kubeadm. Yes, we are completely comments on the what? We just restarted. It worked. Okay, let's try this and then I'll explain what it is. Sudo su vi paste. Yes. What I have to change? System group to true. We already did it. There is what? Okay. The line whatever we have it is not working. See in the node, where is it? We executed this command, right? These commands didn't execute it properly. Let's do it again. That's okay. Let's do it again. And where is it? Yes. Now open the file just to confirm this. What is it? C group. System C group. Let's search with this. But it's not found at all. It means we have to add it somewhere. Where to add it? System group and binary name. Let's open. Where I have to add it? The binaries. There is no binary. Already there. Wait, or let's restart. Let's see if this fixes the issue. Oh, it's already done. Still not ready. Still same. Node has sufficient PID. Okay. Node has no disk pressure. Okay, this is fine. It should be fine now. Okay, maybe this error. You already said this error, right? This didn't fix the issue. Let's open another link. What is this? No, it is wrong one. Settings. Let's check now. Still not ready. It's been 97 seconds. It's running. Yes. No error here also. Okay, both should be running. Sorry. Not ready. Describe the node. It's just a warning why it is not ready. Wait. Okay, still pending. I got it. I get it. We have to, I think the command is mentioned here. Oh, I got it. So it's pending here. There is this. I'll explain what is this, but don't worry about all these things. Once you know, once you start working on these topics, you'll understand what I'm doing. For now, it will be too confusing. Don't worry. What the sorry space. want to untaint. I forgot what is the command. Yeah, let me just. Use original thing nodes. What is the name of this node? Master node. This one. Sorry, not this. One command. No, node name. This is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Taint nodes. Master. Not found. Okay. Node hyphen role. Kubernetes not a master not found. Okay, let's search the command. I'll explain it, don't worry. What is this? Copy. This might work. Kubernetes node run master not found. What is the command then? Okay, let's try. Wait. Master node name I have to keep. What is a master node name? Yes. Paste, enter, untainted. Now I have to do the same. Copy. That's okay. It's not found. Now material get nodes not ready. Okay. Why it is still pending? It should work now. See, this is what I told. The complexity of installation of Kubernetes. Once installed, not it will be done. It is not ready. Okay, let's search this. We have to untaint one more labels. Not ready. Okay. This we already done, but it didn't work. Just no use master icon. Let's try this. Resources found. Let me describe the node first. Oh, so much. Very. Labels. Okay, with this. Now let's see. Ah, yeah, it's great. It will come, don't worry. I'll explain you once it is one by one running. Meanwhile, let me explain them. What's happening here is, by default, we cannot run anything in Kubernetes master node. But if you observe, these are the components, right? I told yesterday. etcd, API server, control manager, kube proxy, scheduler. These are all the things, right? The components I told you, right? These are all default components which will be running by default, if you see. We don't do anything for that. But these two core DNS, these will come, you know, when when we're about to create a network, these pods will be created. That's what usually happens. But since by default master node has a restriction, no other pods can run in the master apart from the major components. That's the default rule. Apart from these major components, no master can run. I mean, no other things can run. So I removed the restriction now. That's it. How I removed it? Is it anything the taint? You know what is the meaning of taint? Like we put as a condition kind of thing on top of it. If only the condition is matching, usually it will allow. Since it's the beginning, I don't want to have any condition on master. I want Kubernetes to run anything in the master also. I remove the condition. Those are called taints. You will see taints more in upcoming classes. But for now, remember taints as the conditions which we put. I'll show you one taint. Where is it? Yeah, see, taints. This this is like label kind of thing which we applied to the master node. Once I remove this taint, then it will allow. So now I removed it with a kubectl command and it's allowing. So now it's, if you see, container is creating. So it will be running state once it is created. So then the master node will be ready status. Currently it's not ready because the network is not there. Once the network is present, it will be ready. Let's check again. Let's describe this. What is this describe command? That we'll see tomorrow, don't worry. Just for now, today we'll close with the installation. That's it. Network is not ready in the container runtime. Where is it? PNI plugin not installed. Okay, the first one I removed it already. Successfully assigned. Mount config volume. So core DNS not registered. Network is not ready. Container runtime network not ready. Network equal false. Let's try this. Let's do this. There is some error. Do one thing. I installed from this thing. Let me reinstall it. Let me remove and reinstall. Okay. Copy. I'm just deleting whatever I deleted. That's it. All right. We'll install it again. Don't worry. Now this done. Wait. It still won't set a failed for volume control. Let's try this error. What it says. Blah, 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 blah. This amount. Okay, let's try deleting them. So it will recreate. The watch command will just refresh now output it for every 2 seconds. Every 2 seconds it'll execute this command. It's still pending. Let's kubectl describe slash name still. Okay, kubectl get notes. There is no tails, obviously. Oh, sorry, it is there. Yes. Let's set the log. Still the same error. Container runtime, some issue with container D thing. Why? What changed? Let's see. No, no solution. So just told to, let's go to the accepted answer 29. App farmer where to stop it. It seems. Let's try that. Stop. Hopefully. Hopefully it should work. Let's try. I'm just deleting because it will recreate again. Delete. detected. There is a command schedule. Now kubectl get pods. Okay. My bad. It's still creating. Come on. Yep, same error. No, it didn't work. Why the network is not ready? It's completely waste of time here. So we have to do one thing. We have to restart. So restart from where? Restart. I mean, not from installation, initialization. So how to do it is, let me just, there is a command. So we have to reset it first, the cluster configuration, whatever we did. And we have to beginning from scratch from initializing again. Kubeadm, we did the command if you remember it. So we have to start from there. Mm, let's try this thing first. First, sorry. Let's go to root user. I know what is there, I think. Kubeadm reset. So it will just remove whatever the configuration we just had. And systemctl restart kubelet by agent, obviously. So now we'll initialize the cluster again. Where is the command? Yep, kubeadm init. I know what is there, but yeah, let's see. Let it work, then I'll tell you. It's initializing again. I mean, we're just doing from scratch, that's it. I know it's late, little bit. Let's try. I mean, let's try. Okay, now go as a normal user, execute this command. Yes. So kubectl get nodes. So not ready. Kubectl. It's there pending. So I have to remove the taint. Let me describe it. Network is not ready. Container runtime network is not ready yet. Network ready false. Network is not ready. So what we do is we'll try, okay, something. Let's try installing this now. Let's try installing these two because these are the networks we use. We just need to install. Next other thing. kubectl create, copy, paste, home. It should create now. See, the parts are, if you observe, Calico we haven't seen earlier, correct? Only these are there. But now Calico, the network is created. Now it should work. So what to do? Just simply watch. It will show you the status. So it'll come. It will take some time, but yeah, it will come slowly. Don't worry. Core DNS is still creating. Let's try. See, is it fixed? Got it? I'll tell you what is the reason that I used. I guessed it wrong. I mean, yeah, but let's wait. Let it finish. Why to judge early? Ah, yeah, finally it's working. Now kubectl get nodes. Yes, see, it is ready now. Now what you have to do? Now the setup is done. All you have to do now is copy the token which you got from above. Yes, this one. Copy. I know the session might have expired. Go here. Root. Simply execute this. This node will be joined to the cluster as a worker. Let's wait. Let's see. It will take some time, but yeah, let's wait. Parts are running. Let's wait. Let's wait for a bit. This might not work because we need to allow so many port numbers. There is this. Come on, yeah. Security. So we have to allow the ports. I'll tell you what are those ports. One is 6443. This is the port number for API server. So API server component is sorry. API server component is there, right? That we need to allow. Another thing is 10250. This is the worker nodes, the agent, kubelet agent is the right for that. Another one is 2379, 2379 and 2380. These are for etcd, the API, I mean the etcd, the component. So I think these should be fine. Yeah, there is one more thing called 4789. 4789. This is for the network we just created, Calico network, right? We just used. This is the network. And there is one more. I think yeah, that's fine. Save the rules. See, now it's went after adding the ports. So simply go to cluster, get nodes. See the node is here. This is the node, right? This is the control plane means master, obviously. This is the node. Now the installation is done. Now I'll open Notepad first, or let's go here only. These are all the steps. First way until installation of Kubernetes, you have to do in each and every server, each and every node in in each and every server within the cluster, because the installation has to be done. Next, what we did is we choose one server as a master and initialize the node. Execute the same command. You know what is the mistake I did? Why it is not working? Because one minute, let me. 4789 is already there, it seems. Yeah, that's okay. So what I did, the mistake I did is I told you to go here, details, the ID I told you, right? VPC something. this network I told you to use while initializing the pod. Am I correct? That's what I told. But that's wrong. You shouldn't use this one. Apart from this, you can use anything apart from this, because this is existing network for your server. I mean, the wherever it's running, and you can't use the same CIDR block for your cluster. It has to be different. If it is same, it will throw error like this. It doesn't know what to do. That's why it has to be different. So you can use the same thing here, whatever you mentioned here. I forgot that, and I tried that, but due to that it didn't work. And after that, these commands, how to run with, as a normal user, and I mean as an Ubuntu user I have, and it will give you the token, save the token somewhere. And next, before installing this, one step I'll add here: untaint the master node. So what's happening here is, I told you, right? By default, master is blocked from, you know, running anything apart from the main component. Apart from the main component, we cannot run anything. So that is blocked by default. So with this, what we're doing is we're allowing to run anything. Got it? Here, give your name, whatever the name you'll get. Execute that command and install this network, Calico network. This network will be used to communicate, within the cluster from one server to another server, one application to another application, which we deploy. We haven't deployed that yet, but we'll deploy maybe tomorrow. So do that, okay? I know it's little confusing, but do watch the video. Please follow the document. It will work for the first time, because I did a mistake. Now you know what is the mistake. So which I did. So you shouldn't be doing it. You won't do it, I hope. So now do practice and make sure that cluster is ready installation by default. Got it? I'll share the document in the group or in the link. So follow it. And I forgot to mention, tomorrow we'll have class at the morning 7 a.m. So is it okay for everyone? Our regular timings. Is it okay? Anything? Any queries? Others?
Fine for me.
Okay. So let's have class tomorrow at
Okay.
7 p.m.
Yeah,
Got
okay.
it? So yeah, that's it for today. It's already 1.5 hours. So bye everyone. Good night. Have a good night. I'll share the document. Don't worry. Bye all.